From snatching her husband's cap, so take off your and hat to running into the woods to avoid confrontation. Today we look at some of the absolutely unforgettable moments from the Fiancé that live rent-free in my head, starting with a woman who turned betrayal into the most savage revenge. Jasmine discovered that Gino had sent her topless photos to his ex-girlfriend without asking her permission. When she confronts him about this terrible violation, Gino tried to make it seem like no big deal. Did you send her naked pictures of me? What? At first, Gino simply denied everything, acting like he didn't do anything and pretending the whole situation just magically happens on its own. But Jasmine wasn't buying it, and she showed him the screenshots. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. So explain this to me, because this is just a screenshot and I have never sent these nudes to anyone, but just to you. So he finally decided to come clean. He only sent one picture to show his ex how beautiful his new girlfriend was. His reasoning was completely twisted and made no sense. Gino said he sent the private photos as revenge against his ex, wanting to brag about his amazing new relationship. I don't care if it was only once he sent it. I was showing it, look how hot my girlfriend is. I trusted on you to send you those pictures, When she came back in their room to confront him again, Gino just casually said those were nudes. This guy was still living in his own little fantasy world, but Jasmine wasn't backing down. Not even for a second. I can deal with this level of stupidity, loser. And what she did next left everyone in total shock, including Gino. Things got dangerous really fast when Jasmine decided to attack Gino's biggest weakness. She knew exactly how sensitive he was about being bald, so she ripped his hat off his head. So take off your hat. Those are nuts. When he quickly grabbed another hat to cover up, she went for that one too. What happened next was so scary that the producers had to step in immediately. You were my choice. I made a mistake. Jasmine's anger reached dangerous levels as she started making threatening statements about what she wanted to do to him. But hat-snatching revenge was nothing compared to what happened when another woman had the most iconic breakdown in French's history. Stacy opened up about her feelings for Florian, desperately trying to address the elephant in the room, his cheating scandal. She was vulnerable, explaining how she didn't want that type of mess again in her life, and how badly she wanted their relationship to work. We've been dealing with trust issues since you've been in America, and since the cheating scandal. It was something that was very hard and still is very hard to forget. She poured her heart out, saying she wanted both of them to grow older together and go back to the time when they were truly connected, when their love felt real and unbroken. I don't want to have to worry about you girls and, having side chicks and stuff. I want to be able to trust you. I want to be able to grow old with you. This heartfelt confession should have been a touching moment, but instead it triggered something completely unhinged in Stacy's mind. Stacy suddenly started having a complete emotional breakdown, and Florian immediately tried to calm her down. He reminded her that's exactly why he came back to make things work out, so she didn't need to cry like this. I feel like we lost that. I want to get back to where we used to be. These four I come here to work together in peace. You don't need to cry. Please, But it's Stacy we're talking about. And when she loses control, there's no stopping the train wreck. She kept crying hysterically, but then she started saying something that made absolutely no sense to anyone watching. She kept repeating, "Take it off of me," over and over again, becoming more desperate with each plea. I need help. I need help to figure out. Give it to me. I gotta trust you. You want to take this off of me. Yeah, you want to take it off of me. You want to take it off of me. To be honest, nobody had any clue what she wanted to take off. Even her confused fiance was looking around like, what the hell is happening right now? But then came the moment that would become an instant internet sensation and one of the French's most quoted lines. What the hell? You take it from me. I want to be free. I want to be free. What the hell is wrong? While Stacy was begging for freedom, another cast member chose to literally run from his problems like his life depended on it. Most people walk away from uncomfortable conversations. Paul Stella runs into the forest. Paul finally decided to tell Karen about his criminal past, including a felony arson conviction and a restraining order. I have a lengthy criminal record. I've been in jail. I've been in prison for numerous things. You could see the panic in his eyes. His voice was shaking and he kept looking around nervously. Paul. Then Paul did something nobody expected. He ran through trees like he was being chased, ending up by a dirty river while everyone worried he might hurt himself. This became Paul's signature move whenever things got difficult. But while Paul ran from reality, another American was about to shock an entire family with his brutal honesty. Nick was having what seemed like a relaxed lunch with his fiancé, Devin's family. Everything was going smoothly until Devin's aunt decided to ask him a loaded question about what he and his family thought about Americans. What came out of his mouth next was something none of them were prepared to hear. What does South Korean people think of Americans? Greasy food and being fat. You could see the shock on everyone's faces. Nick quickly realized he might have said something offensive, so he tried to backtrack and explain that these weren't his personal thoughts. I don't think that way. People in Korea think that way. No offense. When Devin and her father tried to explain that unhealthy food was actually cheaper and more convenient in America because of drive-thrus and fast food culture, Nick decided to double down with a completely inappropriate nickname for his fiancé. You're lazy, so you always get the fast food for lunch. No wonder you're a piggy. Her parents knew their daughter well enough to see that even though Devin was trying to act like it didn't bother her, Nick's comments were hitting a nerve. This was something she had struggled with her entire life. The piggy nickname is something that has been a very long ongoing battle that I've very much given up on. But inappropriate comments were nothing compared to what happened when gym motivation turned into emotional destruction. Azan took his fiancée Nicole to the gym with him, sharing that he would love to work at a gym again if he got the chance. But his focus quickly shifted to Nicole and her body, leading to some of the most disrespectful and hurtful moments caught on camera. You promised me that you're going to change and go to the gym and eat healthy. I would try. It's not as easy as do you think it is? Just easy. He started with light exercises and asked her to follow along. He genuinely believed it would be perfect for both of them if they worked out together. You have to warm your body, ok? So stay here and do as I do. Ok, look at me. No, I don't want to. No, do it. The next few minutes were all about him guiding her through various workouts and exercises, but Azan was completely focused on how Nicole would look once she lost weight in the future and how much more he would love her then. This comment completely changed Nicole's perspective on their relationship. I want to be healthy, but I don't think I need to change myself for a man for him to love me. Because if he loves me, he should love me for who I am. He didn't feel ashamed at all and had the audacity to shout this directly to Nicole's face. He didn't realize he was completely destroying his self-esteem and confidence. There's some stuff I wanted to change up. Like to go to gym and like to not be lazy. I'm not lazy. Sometimes you are. Do you know you're asking of me right now? But the man didn't stop there. He went even further by admitting that he was only half attracted to his fiancée as she was. Physically, I'm attracted to Nicole, but it's not like just like, for example, Percentage because I always want my wife to go to the gym, which will be healthy. While Azin was destroying Nicole's confidence, another family was about to have the most explosive dinner in reality history. Chantel's family had invited head Fiancé Pedro and his troublesome sister Nicole over for dinner, and Chantel was already worried about how it would go. A few days earlier, when his sister-in-law had arrived, Nicole had done something that was completely disrespectful in Chantel's and her brother's opinion. When I left the house this morning to go to school, I closed the door behind me. Nicole yelled, "Thank God," and started clapping her hands. Even her brother River thought inviting Pedro's family for dinner was a terrible idea. It was obvious that if Nicole didn't respect his sister, there was no way she would show respect to the rest of the family. Pedro and Nicole are coming over. I think it's a bad idea because obviously they don't respect my sister, so I don't know if they're going to respect us at the dinner table. After keeping Chantel and her family waiting, Pedro and Nicole finally showed up. The moment they walked through the door, you could feel the tension in the room get thick. Pedro could sense the hostile atmosphere and knew that Chantel's family had negative opinions about both him and his family. Every time I'm around the family, Chantel, these people thinking wrong about me, wrong about my family. So I am so nervous about tonight. But Chantel thinking I put my sister further than my wife. Nicole had a different perspective on the accusations against her. She claimed she genuinely wanted to talk to the family and even complimented Chantel's mother on the delicious food. But even these simple gestures seemed suspicious to the entire family. I am so happy because I didn't with you. Chantel thought the whole thing was ridiculous and believed Nicole was being fake as usual, just putting on a show in front of her family. I'm being a bigger person and trying to get along with Nicole, but I feel like she's definitely putting on a show and being fake in front of my family. Things escalated dramatically when Chantel's mother asked how Nicole and Chantel got along while living in the same apartment. This question caught Nicole completely off guard. Chantel's mother wasn't buying it and was about to confront Nicole directly, but she stopped when Pedro finally spoke up and turned on his own fiancé instead. Pedro thought Chantel should only focus on him and that her family shouldn't have any concerns about his sister, because that would only lead to anything. I feel like I better shy. I'm very angry at the same time because you know what your family think about me? What your family thinking about my sister? It's only pot more fire in this. His fears became reality in the next moment when Chantel's mother confronted his sister again, and Nicole's response was the fuel that ignited the fire. Nicole completely denied ever saying what she was accused of and tried to make it seem like Chantel was the only one lying about the entire situation. "Och, what's she saying? I don't know what She said no. What was she saying? You lied. Calming down. Pipe down right now." But here's the thing. Chantel wasn't entirely wrong in her accusations. She and Pedro were living in a tiny, cramped apartment while Pedro was sending huge amounts of money back home, and his family was living in a large, beautiful house. Nicole tried to defend their lifestyle by accusing Chantel of being ungrateful, pointing out that even though she lived in this, it wasn't like she was living in some huge mansion either. But Chantel quickly changed the direction of their conversation by admitting that she had literally used all of her life savings just to bring Pedro to the United States. Pedro's family went absolutely crazy when they heard this, insisting that they never asked her to make that sacrifice for them. They accused Chantel of being some kind of spoiled princess who wanted to live in her own fantasy world where everything revolved around her. And it didn't take long for Pedro's mother to deliver the ultimate insult. She told Chantel that if things weren't working out for her, she should just divorce her son and be done with it. Confiance and Pedro. "Oh, wait, she just called me a." Chantel completely exploded when Nicole called her a derogatory slur, and she finally reached her breaking point. She wasn't going to take it anymore and started throwing serious shit back at Nicole before dramatically walking off and ending the discussion right there. "Och, wait, she just called me a. You just call me a yes. You are a whore and you will not disrespect me like this today. Good night." That Peter's family was just logging in the background like this was the funniest entertainment they'd seen all year. But family drama was nothing compared to what happened when personal hygiene became a weapon of humiliation. Ed and Rose had gone on what was supposed to be a romantic trip together to spend some quality alone time. Nobody could have predicted the disaster that was about to unfold. Ed had bought some gifts for his fans, including lingerie, that clearly made Rose uncomfortable from the moment she saw it. "When Ed gave me a lingerie, I feel shocked because I don't know how to wear it. It caused this a first time to see it like this." But when he mentioned that the next gift was going to be less romantic, Rose had no idea what was coming next. "This is going to be less romantic." You could see the confusion in his eyes. She definitely wasn't expecting that kind of gift, but that confusion quickly turned into pure disgust when Ed decided to explain his reasoning. "So this is mouthwash, and I got you a cute toothbrush. Just your breath is not pretty. Can you imagine?" He actually told Ed he noticed her breathe when they were at the airport and had been hesitating to bring it up. He should have just kept his mouth shut and saved everyone the embarrassment. "One of the first things I noticed, even at the airport, was her breath. But I didn't know how to bring it up and I don't think she realizes it, but I do." He tried to frame it as concern for her health, saying he was worried she might get sick if her mouth developed diseases. But there was absolutely no way to spin this. He had completely disrespected and humiliated her. "And then I got you good toothpaste. Och, do you know that my concern is your health?" Rose was obviously hurt and devastated by his actions. You could see the pain written all over her face as she tried to process what had just happened, but this was nothing compared to the most shocking tell-all moment in French's history. The chaos started when Mitchell's Aunt Lydia joined the tell-all show via video call. She was trying to be supportive, telling Angela that she didn't need surgery to look sexy or beautiful for Michael because he already loved her exactly as she was. But Angela took this completely the wrong way and got defensive, bringing up how Michael's family had previously confronted her about not being able to have babies. Things took a dangerous turn when Michael made the mistake of telling his wife to let his aunt speak. A boy, he definitely shouldn't have done that. "Come on, shut your mouth. You always do this. This is what he does when she's on the phone. Didn't your brother tell you to tell her to stay out of our business?" The drama kept escalating as Angela went after Lydia for supposedly sticking her nose in everyone's business. Meanwhile, the other cast members were watching this unfold with a mixture of shock and entertainment. "Don't point your finger at me. I have caught up with you. I have gave you more respect than you deserve. You will not tell my husband what to do. You made this to his house. I came there before you. But here's what made everything times worse. Michael wasn't defending his wife at all. Instead, he was actually supporting his aunt's position. That's exactly the moment when Angela lost all control and lashed out at everyone in sight. "You're not going to run a deal with Dr. Obeng, bitch, I respect you. You better respect me." And that's when Angela did something that shocked everyone in the studio and viewers at home. She not only had a verbal outburst, she actually flashed Mitchell's aunt not once, but twice. "Husband. And there's nothing you can do about it and you won't do about it. You mind your own business. You will not tell my husband what to do. These brand new. How do you like that now?" Everyone at the tell-all was absolutely stunned. Their jaws were literally on the floor as Angela stormed off the stage like nothing had happened.